Morning everybody. Today I'm going to give you some tips on where to take great photographs in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Now I clearly am not in North Carolina or Tennessee right now. I am in Arizona doing a training hike for something I hope will become an epic trip. But this morning, one of my subscribers asked me the question if I've ever been to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. And the answer is yes, many years ago before I started this vlog. So the images that you're going to see in today's episode, most of them were taken with my first digital camera, and I believe it was around 2003 when I took many of these images. So the Great Smoky Mountains National Park is within a day's driving of 1/3 of the US population. It's the largest national park in the East. So naturally, it gets a lot of visitors. So let me give you a quick little tip here. If you're going to visit the park, be ready to get up early and head out to the trail or the location that you want to photograph very early in the morning, because shortly after sunrise, the crowds are going to hit. Another tip for you, bears. This is not a wildlife petting park. I've seen people with their tiny little cameras getting very stupidly close to mother bears with her cubs. Very dangerous. These black bears can kill, so use a zoom lens and enjoy the bears from a distance. In a little bit I'll tell you a good place where to find bears. So if you want to see a waterfall, one place you can try is Rainbow Falls. You can access it via the Mount LeConte Trail. Now this is a very popular falls to go to. You can at least dip your feet in the water when you get there. It's a few miles in, so just be prepared for other people to be there. If you're going to try and photograph it, bring some type of a filter, like even if it's just a polarizer. Because one of the things you can do, this waterfall is in this tree canopy, so it's a little bit darker in there during the daytime, and that means if you can hold your shutter open longer, you can get that silky look of the water coming off the falls. Now, how active it is, it depends on how much rain they got up there. But it's just a few miles in, a little bit of a challenging hike. Do be careful. I had my first solo bear encounter on this particular trail when I was much younger. I think the bear was more scared than I was, but at the time I didn't care. Totally freaked me out, so be careful up there. Capturing a landscape in the Great Smoky Mountains is not as easy as what it is out here in the West. The mountains there do not go above tree line, so some of your best options is on the road that heads over the top of the mountains. I cannot remember what it's called, but there's many good overlooks there. But when you get to the top, head towards Clingmans Dome. Clingmans Dome is the highest point in North America east of the Mississippi. Now, it's a commitment to drive to the parking lot. It's a greater commitment for, I think it's almost a half-mile hike up. There is a viewing platform at the top that gets you above most of the trees, and from up there I've watched the sunset and the clouds rolling over the spine of the Appalachian Mountains. It was absolutely beautiful, so well worth the effort to get up there. Now, my number one favorite place in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park to photograph is Cades Cove. Now, Cades Cove is essentially, when they created the park, that's where the last of the original settlers lived. When the park was created, those who lived there signed off that they can live out their lives there, and then the property will be transferred to the national park. So it's a field, lots of fields have been cleared out, so you're not going to have a lot of tree issues. Beautiful place for sunrise and sunset pictures. Also, probably my #1 place for bear viewing. Simply because, and also elk too, simply because it's so open and easy to see. Now, the loop road is one way, but there are two roads, a third and 2/3 of the way in, that allow you to, they're 2-lane roads, so you can cut back through the loop at any time that you need to. Now, this is also where I had another one of my famous solo bear encounters. There are plenty of really cool log cabins for you to park your car at and just walk to, and some may just be like maybe a 1/4 mile to a 1/2 mile hike in to get to, but they're absolutely beautiful. I have not had the fortune of being there in winter. Love to do that because some of these cabins I photographed in the spring I think will be spectacular in the fall and also in the winter as well. There you have it, my favorite places to photograph in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. I'm going to continue on this training hike I'm doing. I already passed a few people asking me if I'm going skiing because I'm carrying my hiking poles today and not actually using them. But anyhow, make sure you subscribe to this channel, give this video a thumbs up, and of course click that notification icon. These training hikes I'm doing is for a reason that I'll be sharing with all of you. If everything comes together later this year. So if you can, open your hearts and your homes to a shelter animal need. If you can't, please donate to your local animal shelter. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all next time.